supposed to count the number of children in your house. Can we quickly come back and count your children? Thank you. And we go like that all over. So it becomes expensive. So we might not always have access to more data. So sometimes we need to be able to also work with some other kind of models. So like I said, now I haven't tried them, but I'm sure there are some robust models that were, built for some kinds of problems like this. Now most of them like their data hungry, they like a lot of data, large data sets. But if you try some of them, I think I'll try to list out some of them, you might actually find that, it might give you a slight increase that is noticeable. And also if you try something like stacking or voting classifier, where you combine like 4 different models, different kinds of models. And the idea of that is where one model fails, another model will likely pass. So they can make up for the weaknesses of one another. Okay. But generally, I'm glad that we're getting good feedback. Everybody is, the attendance link will be dropped shortly. You'll get the attendance link shortly. Okay. So I'm just going to share my screen and we will kick off in a bit. But before we do that, I actually wanted to show us what the end result of today's class is going to look like. I hope we are excited. What do you mean partially? What do you mean partially? Partially? Because we finished. Don't worry. We are still. The Google Classroom is still open. The DSN chat is still open. What else is still open? Everything is still open. But the basic thing I think is that we'll keep having more learning opportunities, and the learning must not end. That's the most important thing for me. I think after this program, that we all have that commitment that everything I have learned, can I put into program? That's why, like I said, I look forward to seeing. In fact, I will track for every AI everyday participant that participated in the AI Innovation Hackathon. We have to. It's going to be a good way to launch into more on data, and you begin to see that by the time you get on the hackathon, because the hackathon data set is don't be this simple data sets we've been working with where the data set is so clean, everything is happy. Then it's a very fine data set. In real life, you will find a data set where someone wanted to enter mail and he entered mole. How do you deal with that? Or missing values, right? So we need to also be able to work with that. Okay, I just want to copy something out for us and show, so we will all be on the same page. All right. So you have a question? Okay, we have a question.
Okay, you were saying something about
people online. Please confirm you can hear. Sorry, give a brief recap on the last assignment. Okay, we'll do that. Oh, someone said that the last class is tomorrow. Okay, so we'll give a brief recap shortly. All right. Okay, so we are still just checking up with everyone. Yes, go ahead.
random states.
Yes.
We use we are reading.
No, you can still it will be for that model. The 42 is just for that model. If you use 42 for another model, that 42 will be just for that model. So it's unique to where you defined it. Didn't change it throughout. No, it doesn't really matter in that instance. Even if you changed it, the idea is if you want to reproduce the same result, just use the same random state. I'm hoping this thing runs once and all through so that we can. But for now, let's just. So this is. Wow, this is the 7th session. It's been amazing. Wow. How many weeks now? Almost 6 weeks of just learning. You guys are really amazing. Following through, learning. I'm sure that by tomorrow, LinkedIn will hear fire. That there are new data scientists entering the block. They're going to have, and that's true. I think today will even be I think because of this class, we'll have projects to actually showcase. So today we'll actually have things to post and celebrate online. And I'm really, really excited for today. Really, I can't stop saying that because we will be deploying some of the models we have built, and we'll see how that works. So who doesn't know the class rules? With everybody knows. And I want to emphasize, especially for people following online, I know that there have been questions. So I want you to know that please, if you have missed any class or any session, okay, if you have missed any class or any session, you can still take the quiz. I think that's been because I observed that the decline in the quiz, as if people are like, oh, I didn't take the class, I can't take the quiz. Please, you can take the quiz. Just make sure you watch the video before you take the quiz. Or if you already know it, go ahead and take the quiz. I mean, there are some people here that they already know it. Go ahead and take the quiz if you feel you are up to the task. But importantly, we need to, I'll say, oh, okay, let me just reshare. I'd say I think for everyone really, that if you miss a session, please do well to what's the word now? Review the video for that session so that you can actually learn what was taught. Okay, super important. Nice. So attendance, please. Yes. I think discovered during the computation of our is the other mic during the computation of our um scores for assessment. Some people might have entered wrong email addresses for some quizzes or in your attendance. Please, if such has been the case with you, all you need to do, okay, is yeah, okay, for false positive and false negative, just watch the video again because it's been well explained last week. Okay, so you can just check the recording. So for what's it now? We need to now the quiz you can only take the quiz once, so there is not much we can do there, but there is something we can do there. Right? Like I said, was it last week? We'll be having a test, right? Where you can make for maybe any assessment that you missed or that you didn't do. But for the attendance, you can always feel that. So if there was a day you feel something wrong or you didn't feel, please make sure you do that because it's also really important. But like I said, the test will help make up for any of the missing days, right? So today is where we start our putting models to work. That is, how can we shape our models from what we have on our maybe laptops, our notebooks to a customer, a consumer, to something that we can actually showcase, right? Anaconda and Jupyter Notebook and Colab are still our go-to. And like I said, all assessments have to be completed with an average of at least 80%. And at least 6 out of 8, not 3 now, 6 out of the 8 live sessions must be attended. But like I said, I understand that we have peculiarities and peculiar cases. So we'll be having that test, and the test will be kind of strict. There's going to be a deadline, right, set for it. So if you can get a certain quota on the test, it will make up for maybe missing attendance or missing previous scores. All right. Okay. You're good. You can still take the as a matter of fact, today you'll be able to see your records, days you attended, you'll be able to see that by today before this evening, you'll be able to see that. Right? So you will know that oh this is where I stand, this is how I'm doing, or there's an issue somewhere. And if there's any issue, you can just if there's no cause for alarm at all, you can one as long as you take the test accurately. Same email you registered with recently, please you'll be fine. So today we'll be working on Colab again as usual. Connect to the Wi-Fi. People online too, you can connect to the Wi-Fi wherever you are. Just connect. Great. Okay, so the data set is the insurance data set we used, and the Colab is just Colab 4. Okay, just put 4 at the back of the last yeah, equal. You'll be fine. So I'm going to stop sharing for a second and show us what we are working on today. So really, it's going to be a mix of, okay, this is basically okay. All right. So this is, oh, people comment. Yes, go ahead. Yeah, no, it's, oh, first physical class is just guests. In capital in the, for the username, leave the password blank. All right. Nice. Dominic is connected to the Wi-Fi. I'm happy for you, Dominic. Happy connecting. All right. So there won't be a live session test. Like, well, today we are going to be doing a lot of hands-on. Today is very much hands-on. So prepare to work. Okay. But as always, we're here to support even if you're online. I'm going to switch once I switch now. We will. Yeah. All right. So it'll take a while for this to load. This is the first time I am loading this, so it'll take a while. But it's the same, it's the exact same notebook, just with a few changes, right? So I'm just going to go over it from the top. Remember when we did our insurance prediction, where we said how can we predict if somebody is buying an insurance or not, right? I think we all remember that. Please confirm that we all remember that. Not connected from Mondo is here available. The Wi-Fi. Edwin is not available there yet. Okay. All right. Okay, this is still loading. All right. So, and what we are doing today is how can we then package this insurance model we've done and try to create some sort of web application that anyone can use to use our model to make a prediction on whether or not the person is going to purchase the health insurance. We are familiar with the topic. There are only a few changes to the notebook. One of the changes is dealing with the undersample class. I included, as I promised, the smooth block of code to oversample, and I'm just going to show that briefly. How do you connect the Wi-Fi? Ah, people are actually serious. It's this, you can't connect to the Wi-Fi. It's only available physically. Okay, really sorry. All right. Um, so we can see here that the purchase class, right? Um, the people that just purchase is far less than people that did not purchase. And we said that this might affect our model somewhat. And when we did the logistic regression, as a matter of fact, we did see that. Random forest tried to address it a little. But then, if you recall, we had an accuracy of about 90 something. After doing the oversampling, now dealing with imbalance class, let me just go back so that we can be looking at that imbalance class. Dealing with an imbalance class, they are basically, or generally about, this should be done within by now. They are generally about, there are a few ways to deal with them, but the most popular are you either oversample lower class. That is, this one that is low, can we increase the number, find a way to generate synthetic values and increase the number so that it matches zero? Or this zero that is so much, can we reduce it so that it matches one, so that there is no bias in the data set? Okay. So one of the most popular methods for doing that is smooth. And smooth is synthetic. Well, I know it's actually an acronym, right? A smooth is adjacent. And these two algorithms just randomly are able to generate synthetic data to make up for missing values. So I've seen something where someone actually used to deal with missing values or something like that too. But generally, they are just to oversample and downsample a class. So in this notebook for this class, I have included it, and you find out that the change or the improvement in the model, it's not too little, and it's about 0.2 increase even in F1 score, and that's saying something, right? That oh, we are actually able to improve our model with this that we have done. Okay, let me try to trying to load the app that we will be building today, which is this. Let me see if it's going to load here. I think this is better. I think I might need to reshare my screen. I think that's so fine for now. Alright. So here we are, and once you run this, so you will find this in your notebook, right? How many of us are actually on collab because we need to be on collab for this class? Okay, nice. So once you find this in your notebook, once you run this, it's already built into it. So what's going to happen is it's going to oversample and increase the one such that it matches zero. And you see that after we are done, when you count, zero is 257 and one is also 257. So the class is balanced. And after running everything, GC regression still fails, right? But you see that your random forest is now reaching 0.92, right? And if some of you do, you play around a little bit, that might, because remember, I think I still saw 0.93 when I was playing around with this. So, and the F1, I think there was an F1 somewhere. Okay, but the F1 is about, yeah, the F1 is about 0.92 as well, so not too bad. Yeah, so for the Titanic problem, I don't remember, was it a balanced or imbalanced class? I don't know. It was imbalanced too. Alright, so oversampling would also help. Oversampling would also definitely help your Titanic. So that is another, maybe you might want to try that out for your F1 score. Maybe that would improve your F1 score if you oversample the lower class. Oh, nice, it's loaded. So we are going to be building something like this today with your machine learning model. So this is people on Zoom, please confirm you can see the web app we built. Let me zoom in. Alright. So is it good on Zoom? Right, guys. So we're building something like this, every single one of us, and you are free to customize it as you wish. How many of us here are familiar with HTML? You people are going to have a beautiful time today in class. Because HTML people will really enjoy this class because they will be able to customize it better than people that really do not have. Because this has some HTML in it, so you'll be able to do your font and all the beautiful things you can do. Alright, lucky you. Okay. So we'll be building something like this. Yeah, HTML, everything is happy. Nice. So let's take a look at what we have the end product already. This is where we are going today. Don't worry, it's not actually, and it's actually like, well, using this platform and streaming is actually not just a shabby platform, it's an industrially used platform. There are proper web apps built on it, proper platforms built on it. And one of the reasons I love it so much is it's really simple and easy to use. Anybody can pick it up and use it. As a matter of fact, the company is being acquired now by that bigger company to scale up the work that they're doing. So let's try to make a prediction. If the age is 20, let's say the estimated salary is, now let's use 20. Age can't be 19.8, let's use 30. Estimated salary, let's say 50,000, and maybe the gender is female. Make a prediction. This customer is what? Likely not to purchase. What if the age became 70? I'm very sure it will change to purchase. I knew it. Because if you remember, age is one of the major factors contributing to the purchase. Do you remember? So if we play around with the age a lot, so basically for any of the models you have built in this class, you can take this code and go and create a web app. As a matter of fact, you can now find any data set out there and create your own web app. And you can actually, and the good part, and one of the reasons I took the pain to get us on this, the way we do it today is that there's a link you can generate that you can share with anybody anywhere in the world, and you can also use it as long as it's still running on your system. But tomorrow, hopefully, we'll see how we can probably deploy it properly. Because DevOps or MLOps is an entirely different section on its own, right? Development, you're welcome, is an entirely different section on its own. So we need to, there's some things we might need to know that we do not know. So, well, by tomorrow, we should be able to see how far we are able to go on that. All right, so now we've seen what the end goal is supposed to look like. Let's get into it, shall we? So the first thing we are going to have to do is save the model. Okay, so I'll be getting up right so that I can walk around the bit. So the first thing we have to do is actually save the model. And to save the model, how many of you are here already on your collab? Show of hands. Nice. We'll be using the pickle module. And the pickle module is just a way you can save something in Python and get back what you saved to use in your code or to use as a command. Right? I'm not going to get into the details. There's I'll share but most of people might want to know the what's happening, what pickling, what is this people, is it what is people? So I'm not sure how to explain that, but generally it's a way, the same way you see the text file, maybe in your OS system or your normal Python, right? The same way you will read your file to get exactly what people enables us. Okay, getting everything so that your own. Alright. So we import people online, please confirm you can hear me. Please confirm you can hear me well. I'm standing so that I'm sure we're on the same page. Somebody says I honestly don't like it when this guy stands up. I'm sorry, Shama. Okay, yes you can. Great, right. So you say you can hear me when I'm standing up. I'll also be by the side there so that you can see. Okay, so um once we import Pico, the first thing we do is we see Pico out. Now Pico out is echoing the oh, okay, sorry about that. Right. So when we see Pico out, the whole idea is if I create anything, right, it's a variable, right? Obviously it's a variable, right? But Pico out is just saying open. Okay, yes. So open RF model does PK, or you can use anything. You can use your name, whatever you want to say your name as, just like I say your text now. And the idea is, it's not every time we are able to, imagine if every time you wanted to use that model, you had to retrain it. It's a small model, and we can take the pin to retrain every time we want to use. But rarely in real life, we have be able to retrain the model. Wow. Looks like I'm going to have to sit, but let me and the idea here is just once you save your model, there's a way you can save your model. As a matter of fact, it's not important in deep And all you really doing is to save the parameters, the weights, and the biases in each of the nodes, and you can reproduce that network. So what we are doing with people is we are saving the model such that we don't need to retrieve the model when we want to use it. People helps us to save our model such that the next time I want to use that model, I don't need to start train.split, test.split, what else? Dot fix. We don't need that at all. The only thing I need to do is people read your people and do it. But now a few things we need to know about that. So what are we doing? We said rf model.pkl, the mode is wp for outputting, and then dot dump. This is where we actually save the values. And we say random forest model, which is the name of the model. It's whatever your model has been saved as, right? If your model was previously saved as RF model, whatever you save your model as, you pass it to the dot dump function, and then where are you saving it to? Pickle what I mean, what's the file you open? Pickle out, and then close. It's just like a file system in Python. You can just simply think of it as a file system in Python. Now, once that is done, your model is saved. But remember, it's not just saving the model, we actually want to use the model we've saved. Let's test it. How does it work? You say people in, now we are, it doesn't, the in and the out is just in opposite that we are inputting or we are outputting, that's all. It's just that now open the same, but now for reading, right? And then let's save it into CLF, short for classifier. And we say pickle.load, and what's loading people in. So that's simple. Once we've done that, we have loaded that model that we have trained, right? And now it's loaded into CLF, and we can use it to make predictions. And here's a test that we have done. Here it gets really important. I want to ask you something. Is this order, do you think it's important? Do you think these numbers, do you think we could just type any numbers and we'll get our predictions? Remember, we trained on a type of data set. The data set we trained on has 4 columns, and each column was in an order when we sent it into the model for training. Whenever we are going to use the people form of that model, whatever we are inputting must be in the same form as what we trained it on. So I cannot train on 4 variables and enter 5 variables here. I will get an error. I cannot train on age, occupation, years of experience, and then enter here years of experience, occupation. There's an order to it. So what we trained on was, let's scroll up and see what did we train on. You can't hear clearly. Oh my bad, sorry. So I'll sit down in a bit. We trained on, let me print X. Let me just say X dot head. Okay. All right. So we trained on age, estimated salary, gender female, and gender male. Okay. I hope you can hear clearly now for people trial. So we trained on age, estimated salary, gender female, and gender male. Now, whenever we are testing this model, we have to enter age, estimated salary, gender female, gender male. And so it's really easy. If this one is one, this one will be. If this is zero, this one will be really simple. So it just has to follow this format. And we just need to, and the good thing about programming is we can just lock in the logic and every time the thing will run by itself. So you can try different combinations of this and see what your prediction will be. And this way it is interesting that, okay, let's make that prediction. Let's see, say let us predict. And what do we get? Most likely zero. It should be zero. Yeah. And you see that although we are getting zero, you recall in this app, when I opened the app that we did, It's not outputting because if you are explaining to your CEO or you are making a presentation for one of the biggest banks in Nigeria on how you can help them solve their customer churn, and I say, so my model has predicted one, this customer is one, this other customer is zero, and you do a big pie chart, zero and one. Nobody on what is zero, what is one. Nobody wants to know whether what they want to know is it buying? Is the person not buying? So you need to bring your solutions to the user's language. Presentation is super important. You need to be able to, whatever it is you have done, be able to make it readily understandable for anybody to use and to understand. Quick question, have you ever used any, maybe an app before and you are just so frustrated at the UI or it just doesn't make sense? Yeah, it happens a lot. So we need to make sure that whatever we are doing, we are able to efficiently pass it on and communicate it. All right, now we are building into Streamlit. First thing we need to do, as always, is install stuff. We need to install a number of applications. We need to install all these things that we'll be using. Now, these things, as always, this one is not available. We are not able to say, I don't want to install my Grok. I want NF Grok. It has to be private because you are installing a pre-built package, a function. So once you run pip install, this block of code should be in your Colab. Just run it. Make sure you run it because these ones don't come pre-installed to Colab. Okay, so you need to run that. So we run it. Run it. Yes, you can. But if you're on Colab, so you're on Jupyter Notebook, right? So just download this notebook and run it normally. Yeah. But if you put out your command prompt, it will not put that right? Your command prompt is running on your local drive. Yeah. Alright. How do you get the pull output? Check the class, the Google Classroom, or the link as we shared in the chat. Is we shared again. It's just AIA Colab 4. Alright, so are we done installing? You will see some things moving on your screen. You might see an error. It's alright, you can ignore it. It's not an error, you ignore it, but this time we can actually run our app building without it. Okay? So I hope you are all ready. Can you install? Yes, you can install the Jupyter Notebook. As a matter of fact, it's slightly easier on Jupyter Notebook. Yeah, but because of dependencies still. Absolutely, you can only continue to do. Alright, so let's move on. We have this. Next thing is we now begin to write. So what are we doing here? We have the write app.py. We are writing into a Python file. Basically, we are all this code is into a Python file. I want that in Python. And it's important to run it in a single block of code. This should be on a single block of code so that everything that we need is in the Python file that will be run. Alright, so we are importing code, the Python is what we use to save our mail. Because it's a new Python file, we also need to import it. We are importing streaming, we are actually using. Streaming is what put everything together to create a beautiful application like the one we saw. Now, when we get to the modifications part, I'm so glad to see Toby available here. Is partnerships and collaborations here. Right? So we might also customizing HTML. Most people have called it available for that as well. Thank you. Once you people in, all people in, once people in this this is how we read our saved model. Okay, we've saved the model already. All we need to do is now read it. Oluwatobi, I hope you can hear me better now. All right. So we are reading I which we have saved previously. Then we are reading into CLF. So people don't load people in. This object is variable read into CLF. Okay. And next question. I'll be. Oh, it should denote read. So the other one was WP. That's for right. Okay. So SC.fashion is for streamlit, and it's how streamlit knows that okay. After this, the rest of these things are very important for whatever it is we are doing, and these need to come just after. So there's a saving that happens, and these need to come just after. Now, because of the way normally we are doing our building our model before we're just running cells and just put our code and run it. Now we want to run it as something that can always run on its own, that we can easily call. That means we cannot just write out the way we had it before. We want something that if I just click a cell, right, all my press must make prediction because and it should run what it should run. So we write a function. Right? The Python function is just a way to generalize the code that can be run at any time. So there's some activities you want to do, and some people say that if you repeat the same code twice, write it as a function so that you don't keep writing. Imagine the activities you want to do. Have you ever wanted to do something and you combine like 10 functions, you've combined like 10 lines, and you're still not done? And you want to do that same thing, you have to copy that and paste it. If you just write that in function, you can have that in one line exactly. Because every time you want to use that code, you just type the name of your function. So we are creating a function make prediction. And this function is going to take three things: the age, estimated salary, and gender. We're saying, but we have two genders now, gender male, gender female. We can sort that out here. So if gender is male, let gender male be one, let gender female be zero. If gender is female, let gender male be zero, let gender male be zero, and let gender female be one. So we're doing our own encoding like that. And you can also do this about anything. You can have an else here. Because if it's not male, whatever else it can only be female also. So we do that, and that's the first part of this function. The next part is where we make predictions. The next part is where we make predictions. And recall we have read our people model as CLF, right? So this is our training model. As a matter of fact, whenever you train any machine learning model, you can save it in a people file and always read it like this. And if you get down to train a deep learning model and you want to run it in your app, imagine if every time, for example, it takes Google months to train some of the language models, weeks, days to train some of the language models we use on our phones. Imagine if it actually would give you your phone every time you wanted to use it. So it's very important that you don't make the mistake of doing dot fit x string. Here you're not saying CLF dot fit x string y string. Now, I was going this one, just take a few seconds to train. You might not even notice. But if we have this slightly larger data set, it becomes very troublesome. So we're just predicting. We already have our CNF from our training model, which we've saved the people as a people file. And it's taking age, estimated salary, gender, female, and gender male from this function. Okay, so now this is our X that we trained on is complete. Our X that we trained on is complete. That is our test or our training. Whatever data the model needs to compute on is now complete. Question? Yes, I'll explain. Any other question? Alright. Now, if we go back up where I tested, another time it's good to test stuff before you jump in. And a good student of Python will already know that this is not just any value. This is Although there's no one element inside, it's a list or it's an array. And if I need this, I need zero. I don't need this object. It's the zero we need. So we now know that anytime I run a prediction with what I have included for people, I will always get a list, but it will contain only one object. So after I have run this, the result of this is going to be a list that contains one, either zero or one. Do you get? So to get the exact value, the zero or the one itself, we need to index it. So what we're going to do is index this list as zero. And zero means the first element inside, which is the only element inside. Even if you did minus one, which is negative index on the behind, you are still going to get that zero because there's only one element inside. Small things like this would save you not a house because imagine if we hadn't tested and we know it came out as a list. As a matter of fact, I mean, they are formatted and done stuff okay, but the idea is we are extracting. Okay, oh, yeah, this is already everything. Wow. So people online cannot hear me at all. My goodness. I am sitting down. Wow. That's do something about this sound. I thought it was fixed. I thought you people would hear me. I'm really sorry, I apologize. I'm gonna take it from right file. Sorry, I really love standing, it helps, but we have to be very considerate of people for it online. Please confirm you can hear me. Okay, I want to believe they can hear me now. Yes, awesome. Thank you, Kemi. All right, so let's go on. I've explained. Okay, so I'll explain this again. I think up to here we're good. So what we are saying is we're importing pickle and streamlit as st so that we can use them. Pickle is what we use to load and save our model. St is streamlit, which is the package that we're actually using to actually deploy this model. Now, next thing is okay, great, Shama. Glad you can follow now. Next thing is people in, which is random forest model of people. We are reading the model is saved here, right? We save the model here as rf model.pkl or short plus people. We are reading it now into CLF. Then we are writing a function, make prediction, that takes age, estimated salary, and gender, and then computes gender M or gender F, which will be like how we get our one hot encoding. Because it doesn't make sense for us to be telling someone is your gender male. Because think about it this way: if we do not collect normal gender male and female, we have to say, I want to collect the gender that our model will actually use. We will have two genders in our fields, and we will have like, is your gender female? One or zero. Is your gender male? One or zero. So somebody the person will have to fill both. So we have our gender male and gender female. So rather than doing that, we just have one gender, male or female, and then we can by ourselves sort out the binarization, that is the one of them coding for gender M and gender F, which is gender female and gender male. So that's all this is doing. This is saying if gender is male, let gender M be 1 and let gender F be 0. And if gender is let me see. Let me just mute everyone. Alright. I hope we are all good now. Alright. So if gender is female, let gender M be 0, let gender F be 1. And then prediction is CLF dot predict, and that's the classifier that we have loaded here, which is our model. Now dot predict age, estimated salary, gender F and gender M. And because what we have done previously shows us that our model outputs a list. When we use our seed model to make a prediction, the output is a list. So we need to use list indexing and index out what we actually need. Now zero is not, we're not putting zero here because this is zero, right? As a prerequisite for this course getting here, you're supposed to have watched the Python videos, which I want to believe everybody has done. I'm sure not everybody has, but it's all right. It's okay. But the idea is this is a list, and a list index. All you need to do is with this square brackets, you call the index of the position, and the first element is always zero. That's why they say programmers count from zero. The first element is always zero. So once we have our zero here, we know that whatever we have there, we just get out that value, and it will not be a list, to be a proper integer. All right. So now the other thing we need to do is let's create some sort of English for what we are doing. If the prediction is zero, let value be not to purchase. And if prediction is not zero, which is else, let value be to purchase. How do we apply this? Yeah, if it's showing warnings, if it's showing warnings, you can ignore the warnings. Really, you can just ignore the warnings, right? You'll be fine. Okay. Now, when we talk about this, we know prediction is either zero or one. So all we need to do is, and we can leave the prediction as zero or one, right? We can. We call that prediction is the output of this, right? We can leave this as zero or one, but remember we said that to have something like this, we need, and you should begin to see if you are thinking string manipulation already, you can already think of what the code behind this thing looks like. But it says the customer is likely to purchase, and here we already have not to purchase and to purchase. So most likely it seems this whole part of the code is hard coded, and then it's just to purchase or not to purchase that we are changing. Do you see that? So your 01 is now being not to purchase or to purchase. Okay, so that is the prediction part of that's the machine learning part of the deployment. That is one part, and that part is done. We are done. That's all. Now, here is the beautiful part where our HTML experts will be very happy. And yes, you can run the notebook from Colab. Yes, you need to grant access. Sure. Everybody is running it from Colab here, as well as I am running this from Colab. Okay? Alright, so we have prediction as this. Now, this next part is the more important part. I want to stand up. Okay. Now, uh, object-oriented programming. How many of us are familiar with object-oriented programming? It's fine if you are not. I'm sure you this makes sense, right? Now, if you are not, it's fine. I'm not okay. But we are all on the same page and we are all learning together. So all we are doing here is we are defining a main function. Let me put it that way. We are defining this main, which is going to be the actual code that runs the app. It's the actual app itself. It's what makes the app look the way it looks, what makes the app behave the way it behaves, and we're not going to be ascribing some values and some attributes to it. It's a class, and we are going to be saying that okay, in this class, we want this thing to behave like this, we want this to be like this, we want this color to be this. Okay? And the first thing we start with is HTML10, which is a variable we are just going to use to declare what the header of our app should look like. And all these HTML people, you understand? Yeah? HTML people, you understand, right? Good. Please don't scare me. Oh. Today you people are shining. You people are the shining stars in class. They've been the other people that have programming experience. They've been doing like this for you guys. So today, don't worry. Today is your day. All right. So div style, set your background color. Okay. Give it some depth, and then the yeah. So we align in the center. You know that, and that's the text. What we want the header of our app to be. We want the header to say what? AI everyday insurance prediction. AI everyday insurance prediction. We set the color of the background to green. Yes, that's how we get this green. Okay, this banner you see how we got there, so don't worry. Okay, and that's what all this do. And basically, the text color also is set to white. And basically, this is just HTML code, hypertext markup language. You can play with this. You can change it to bold. You know all the things to do with HTML markup language. You can have a lot of formulas. As a matter of fact, you can customize this so much. You can in HTML, CSS, it all goes in, and that's where Stream is really so beautiful, right? And people that have been building web apps here are going to have a very lovely time playing around with Stream. Now, next is we want to put a header. This header, free class data science network, and all that. We want to put this header. And the easiest way, well, not the easiest way really, but one of the ways you can do this is just to get a web link, that is a link to the photo you want to use, the image you want to use. Okay, I think that's sent. The link to it, and then you just read it as a markup image. So Streamlit allows us to read codes as markdowns, and if you're familiar with using your markdown in your Jupyter notebook, this is one of the many ways you can load an image. So you just load this image. You can use any image, right? But for our header, I think for this class, we're going to be, because this is AI everyday, we're going to be using AI everyday banner. Okay, you can use any image, but a slight issue might be formatting your image to size. But we have HTML experts here. So go ahead and do your thing. Okay, feel free to use whatever image you like. And yeah, this is just to run this, which is this template. And so that will give us this header. And this is going to run this actual HTML code we have defined here. Are we together thus far? All this is just HTMLs and setups. Like I said, it's fully customizable. You can tear it apart. The fun is tearing it apart, putting it back together, and knowing that we are still okay. Hmm? Don't worry, if it's giving you error, just go back to the collab. The collab is only view access, so it will reset to original state. All right, now we need to be able to enter these values. Let me start a bit here. People online, I'm going to recap. We need to be able to provide values for our model to work with. And to provide those values, we need to be able to input them into the app. Now, we have moved away from Python, so it's not just input function. We need a way to integrate that input into the app. Now, because we recall that we are collecting estimated salary, age, gender, there are a number of ways we can actually do this in Streamlit. Streamlit allows us to use sliders, allows us to use checkboxes, tick boxes, allows us to use open text, that is enter anything. It allows us to use so many things. But for this, we're just going to use drop down and simple enter open text. So for the age, we use an open text, and the streaming function to use that is the number input. So number input and the enter age is what will be displayed there. That okay, enter your age or something. If you enter your age here, what will be in the box will be enter your age. Let me show. So you see enter age, enter your salary, gender, like that. Okay. So we have number input means the input must be a number. Alright, so it's a streaming function, it has to be number input. Alright, then estimated salary has to also be number input so that the person can enter the estimated salary. I dropped some links to now it's just like your streaming is like another package built on Python. So it has its own functions that you just have to know. Right? They are different from Python, but they are not I don't think there are things that once you look them up, like a reference, you know what they are doing and you can always use them. So we have included links to this in the classroom already for your reference. Okay, so don't feel lost at all. Now, estimated salary is the number underscore input, which is the same as this. We are just saying enter the estimated salary. So it takes a number input. For gender, we said we want them to be able to select the gender, right? Click on it. Let it be male or female. Don't bother typing. It's when you start typing, one person will use small m, one person will use capital M, one person will type male instead of male, one person will type female instead of female, and then things like I see, right? So if you are collecting data, please have mercy on the data scientists and data engineers. Make it discrete, as discrete as possible, so that we know that all the values are either this or that. So that one person is not typing with capital F, one person uses small f, and somebody makes mistake, not this one types small, types female. So please, I'm serious. As much as possible, I can help you. When you are doing your analysis, you'll be able to do proper analysis. You want to count. Imagine if, let me give you a good example. If you say enter your highest educational qualification, do you know how many educational qualifications are out there? Even if you went through this class, people will have so many different ones. But if you discretize what you are looking for, you know that you are either in one of these six categories. So pick one. And we can now see that okay, 30% of this class falls into this. You can perform proper analysis. It's really, really, really important. Alright, now we talked about this. So select box helps us to create something like this, which instead of taking the one you do is either you can see you have to select from it male or female, right? That's it. It's very easy to do that app. Don't let all those app developers. You too, you're an app developer today. Today I invite you all web developers, go forth and develop. Now, result is just an empty string because we're going to be for now. Hello? Hi? Okay. So for now, we don't need that. It's not really important at all. I think I wanted to maybe put something there before. But it can be left that way. And we'll be fine. Now, how would the person make actual predictions? Or whoever is doing your app, how would they make predictions? Usually, you want a button, and when you press the button, it will now say something like the prediction will happen. That's the one you give control over. Okay, I've typed what I want to type. Now, make a prediction. It's like imagine if you wanted to make a phone call and you only had there's no button to call. So every time you tell the number, after 10 seconds, the call will be automatically made. You might think it's okay, but when you really look at it, when you really look at it, you find out that one day you're in a hurry, you tell the number, but there's no button to press call. You can't use it. So that's why I'm telling you something that happened. If you came back some years ago, there's nothing just on your phone that will just timed. I just have to wait for them to be done. I can't do it right now, but our development has increased. Everybody knows that there should be a button, let the user have control over when something happens. So your WhatsApp will tell you that because press to back up. It wasn't there, I knew it wasn't there 2 years ago. So those kind of things is just best practice. So let's make a button that says make prediction. And when that button is pressed, let the make prediction function that we've written above. Let me put the make prediction function here. We call make prediction. When that button is pressed, let's make a prediction run. And note that all these things we are saving them into the values that we are putting into this. So the age is, age is being saved with age, status now is saved here, gender is saved into gender, right? And yeah, this is where we do this. Now because I recall why this is being done now, because it's inside the function, we need to define it to be able to probably call it back here. Now, we are saying, okay, we really don't, but anyway, we are saying make nice. So what are we saying here? If S dot button, now S dot button is the way we declare buttons in streamlets, that's all. And what do we want to the name or what the button displays to say? Make prediction. If you like, your own can be Oya predict. No, really. I'm reading some posts that sometimes it's arranged that the person at the back end doesn't I find it disturbing our class. Okay. Alright, so we are passing the results from make prediction. Now recall we've already easily said that whenever make prediction is done, it should pass its results. We should index the results, get us just that item. We don't want the whole result, just give us the number itself, 0 or 1 from that list, right? So we don't need to do that again here. So what we need to say here is make prediction, age, S salary, gender. The function, right, takes either male or female and does the what we told you to do up above, which is our one hot encoding that we coded into the record. So down here we don't need to worry about all those again. If we had not done the function up there, we have to be writing all that again here. So we just make prediction age, estimated salary, and gender. So what the person has entered, let those be the things that go into the model for prediction. Alright, people online, are we on the same page? Are we good? I hope we are. Alright, and then where is it? Okay, then question. Where? Okay, no. Okay, someone said how come? There's a question. So let's say please, is HTML a programming language or this one? If it is, how come we are able to put it in Python? Okay, so this is I'm about I have to make a decision to either make a joke here or just answer this question in a serious tutor. HTML is not a programming language. HTML is a markup language. It's used for text editing. No, HTML is not. We do not agree that HTML is a programming language. We do not agree that HTML is a programming language. And actually, really, in technical terms, it's not. Right. So, HTML is a programming language, but we're able to code it in Python, yes, because Python allows us to do this, and it also allows us to use HTML in it. As a matter of fact, in your Jupyter notebook, every time you use my encoder, every time you click this text and you enter something, you are doing HTML. Because the markdown language is HTML. So I think that answers that. The other question, I mean, the full meaning of HTML even says it is hypertext markup language. Alright. That'll be a good question for today's quiz. Okay, so when we are done and there's a successful run, let there be a print that says this customer is likely, and string formatting comes in. So we can print success as just print 0 or 1. And then when the definition you see 0, what does 0 mean? 1, what does 1 mean? So we call that we have already written into this that if it is successful, if it's 1, it should print like to purchase or something like that. Which I don't recall which it was. Yeah, to purchase or not to purchase. So what's just happening here is a string formatting that says take the result and put it into here. Whatever result is, put it into here. This is a simple string formatting. Right? If you go to the Python, you will be very familiar with this. And that means whenever we get 0, it will be not to purchase. So this customer is likely not to purchase. If we get 1, it will be to purchase. So this customer is likely to purchase. And once we print that, so once we run that, it's going to be output there. Let's do success output that in our code. Okay, this one is now this is very important, and this is the sweeper. I'm sure many of us will have made this mistake when you forget to call your name, and it can be catastrophic because you run your code and run your code, and to look like you've done nothing. So because unlike um your normal functions, your class like needs to be called on its own. It's kind of like let's say it's a recursive function, and the idea is the conventional way to call it is simply if name is name, just do it. And this means that once this is run, right? Every time this is run, just run this. That's just it. Okay? So this is just yes, memorize this like that, right? But it's just a conventional way to call your name. If we were deploying this on something like Heroku or GitHub, I'm hoping that maybe by tomorrow we might not, or with this we really might not, we don't need to. But I think that developers or as machine learning, as I okay, I've got nothing. Are you data analyst or machine learning engineers? Choose one. We are all machine learning engineers. So, as such, we need to know the basics of DevOps, just at least enough to understand what it means and know next steps we need to search and to do these things. So, once we call in .py, the code itself runs. I will show you, I can comment this out and run this app. What will happen is it will load, everything will load, but the screen will be totally blank. Just be white. That's all. It will be loading, but all we're going to be seeing is a white screen. And why is that? Because the function has done everything as it been called exactly. So that now you will think we are done. The hard part is over. Our app is built. Let me go and share with my friends. I'm sorry to disappoint you. We just built the app. We need a way to be able to load the application. To be able to load the app. Or it's me. Okay, so we need a way to be able to. Please, do I have to download the streaming? Probably don't have. Yes, you have to download streaming. It's built into this code to install streaming. I won't say download, I'll say install. Okay, so please have mercy. If I allow you, Brian, have mercy. Please have mercy. Have mercy. Unlock the attendance, please. Please unlock the attendance. Thank you. All right. Now, this is the we built it. Now let's see how we can because I can share the link. This link. I can share this link and this app will open on your phone. If you are fast, quickly type the link out. 9A7. Just wait. If you're really fast, type it out and try it on your phone. It's going to load. You see this app on your phone. You'll be able to interact with it. You'll be able to enter the values. You'll be able to use the app. Try it out. The only caveat is if I close my poll app or I terminate my poll app actually, because if I close my poll app for about 12 hours, it will be active. The 12 hours now. But then I think it's less. Alright. Yes, because there's something so just we can read it. So just click more details and you see go to the just click details. So if you see something like it's not saved and blank, just click details and you see you can report something or visit this site. No, it's safe. It's Google's way of protecting you. If you are not using so just let it do. What is able to open? Let's confirm and let me see that. It's not very well to do this. I mean, it's not optimized for I'm going to use what? What? It's not in the side. So yes. So like this, when you build this kind of an app actually, it's like a test phase. You can show me, hey, check out my app. This is what I built. What does it look like? Hey, I just published, you know. So you can try something like this. Really nice. Okay. So that's why we do this. And to get that, the next thing we need to do is run all this. Now, we have small work to do. This exact line, now because you recall at the beginning, we said we are writing to a Python script, and the name of the Python script we wrote it is actually app.py. You can call it anything. Let me show you where you get that name. That name was declared here. App.py. You see? App.py. So we need to now run app.py on Streamlit. Use Streamlit to run app.py. We say we run it as it's not a Python code, it's to be run in your terminal. So we use the exclamation I say Streamlit run app.py and and just keep this there. These are just extensions telling what we know and what to add, right? So keep that. This line of cell of code run. It should run. Does it run? Yeah, it just runs, right? How is it at the end? Yours will show that if you are on the computer notebook, it will show yours shows already, right? This okay, you loaded the app, okay. Oh, you just made it. I thought you were running it on yours. Alright, so now once you've run this, the next thing you need to do is now get this link. A link like this, visit and begin to use. But to do that, you need to actually be registered on the ngrok platform. But it's really simple, and the reason I didn't even do it earlier because it's so simple that it's easier for you to get the and register. Really, check it out. So run this kind of code, and what I said is what you rock. By the time you run this, by the time you run this, it will ask you to tell that hey, you are not you run interview. Tell you that you are not registered or you're not connected something, you get an error. Where is yours? You don't run it. Okay. So once you run it, you get an error, right? Something error 4 6 error or something. Then you see something that says yes. You see something that says where is it? Registry your account with more than 2 10. Oh, okay, this is because is it possible to yes, it's possible to integrate streaming with Heroku, absolutely. I'm only ready, it's absolutely possible. You can deploy on Heroku as well. Alright, so if you run this, you get something like an error. But that's totally fine. Now what I want you to do is that's why we have this. So visit dashboard.ngov.com really. And I mean, we are going to it. Then just get registered with your Google account. It's easier that way. Register with your Google account, and then you need this auth token. Now I'll put mine because if you use mine, you run it on my account, and it's a free account thing, and you can't have more than 2 sessions running at the same time. So So we need to get this. Okay. So once you get registered, just let me know. Just dashboard.ngrok.com. Then sign up. It will ask you to confirm your email most likely. Once you've done that, you are good to go. Yeah, you can with GitHub as well. Yes, you can sign up with GitHub as well. Use any of the sign that's easiest for you. And the reason we are doing this is so we can have a shareable link. It's like if you host it on GitHub, then you can share on your GitHub. Yeah. So this is just not easy. GitHub will have to put in all those. Yes. Any questions on that? How many of us are able to sign up? Shouldn't take you too long. Yes. Now go to your auth token. Once you sign up, go to your auth token. You'll see this, and what you really want is this line. Let's get the full line of code. You see a line of code that says this. Copy that line, and that line goes into our Python code where I put auth token. Alright. Yes, the one circled red. The one circled red. So I don't have my own token so that nobody will copy it and make log me out. Okay, so once you have done that, you'll be able to generate your own shareable link. As long as it's running on your PC, your collab is running, anybody anywhere you want can access it. Okay? Alright, let's go. Are we done? Done. Look at that. So it's actually the same thing. Let me do it. Anyway, alright, so how do that will explain why you had that error. That means someone. So let's get that ready. How many of us have been able to do that? Yeah, so I'm going to show you. I'll show you now. Once you copy your auth token, you are doing that, copy your auth token, and we are pasting it right in between here, where it is auth, AUTH. Delete that and paste that entire line, but make sure you put the exclamation at the front. Put the exclamation to start that line. So you put the exclamation to start the line, and then you type your off. Have you done that? Once you've done that, feel free to run this cell. And when you run the cell, you get an output like this. You got it? Now, once you click this, it will take you to your own app. So click this, click HTTP 9A, whatever, the one that doesn't have local hosts. I don't think I need to local hosts. Yes? Oops, if you have an error, that means, let's see, what's the error? Fail to start channel. Okay, if you have that error, yes, correct. Mm-hmm. Everybody has an error. Alright, if you're having an error, okay. Okay, that's because it's going. Okay, so really simple, really simple. All you need to do is, I have an error. Oh, I think you ran this cell already, right? That's why I should have put those. But anyway, really simple, and this is a good fix. You should learn this quick because all you need to do is go to runtime. Now, because it will not, no, nothing will restart runtime. Restart runtime will not help you because it's, how do I put this? It's running the server in the background. So if you restart runtime, it won't even help. What you need to do is terminate the session. Terminate. Today we are all terminating. So go to runtime, manage sessions, and terminate. Once you terminate, right, it's going to stop everything again. It's like, oh no, everything's closed. But what happens here? What you need to do is, that's the last line also. Because it's the last line, and you've already put your own token here. Okay, let's see if people online have, some people online have a few questions. It's 805. Yes, 8501 is going to be the same for everyone. Alright, now go back to runtime. Instead of running all your cells one by one, just restart and run all. You can just click on all, right? but I think it's good to restart again. So you can just click run all or restart and run all. And as long as there are no errors in your code, it will run smoothly till the end. Right? Because your app is still running. Okay, nice. So you can check out the first version of your app, see what it looks like, and then you can now start making your own personalizations. Okay, I would like to really see little personalization that everybody is going to put into this. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful. Yes, terminate it. You are a terminator. Terminate it. So that then we start. Oh yeah. So then either we start a run or run on. I just restart with my main thing. So run all really, run all. We want to run all. Okay. Are we good? Is it done running? You should run without errors this time. You should run without an error. Do we still have errors? No. Error. No error. Did you get your link? Alright, so click the link. That's open. Wow. Wow. People are building apps, so right. So yes, so you might see this. Okay, have I think I will run to yes. So just it's gonna load. Chrome is I'm signing up. I should I'll get there, don't worry. It's because things it's a free account. It's a free account and it of course they also want to be there, but it's a free account and it's really just for testing. Really it's for testing. You're not actually it's not it's here that we say sharing, but it's just for testing your own within the team test and those kind of things. Yeah. Okay. So it's not yeah, it's me more. Which error? Let me see error. Let's see. Oh, are you sure you signed up? You signed up here. Okay. Okay. So all you need to do copy this out again and replace it. And just try to run it again. Same thing. Yeah, just copy your and rerun that cell. If it tells you the same thing, and terminate and run it again. It's just but you're signing it, right? Okay, so just go back, install your auth toolkit again, install your auth toolkit again, and run that. That should fix it. Yeah, install your auth toolkit again, that should fix it. Alright. So we should all be getting our first no, it will still be the same thing. But when you run it again, it should fix something like maybe you cannot run so something. Yeah, so just restart that. Yes, exactly. So just delete all that. Oh no, no, you copy the entire thing. There's a few bash. Yeah. This. So this is this is my okay. Because issue. Oh. Okay. So Tammy, yeah. So who has an app running? Who has an app running? The app is running smoothly. Let me see your hands. One, two. Wow, wonderful admin. Wonderful. Who else? All right, so if the app is running, now you can begin to make some edits and changes. So go up to the HTML part. Go up to the HTML part, and you can begin to change the colors, change the patterns, change the different things. I already dropped some cheat sheets and some links on the classroom to some things you can use to edit and change these things. So feel free to make some edits. And instead of the insurance prediction, let it be your name insurance prediction, personalize it to the color you like. How will you do? Okay. Okay, let me online. People online, okay, I hope we might be having the same issues. Yes, when you run yours, it's expecting X as boy is expecting five features as input. So check what you are inputting. You have to check what you are inputting. It has to be the same. It has to be the same. Okay, please make sure, let me go back down and show you again. What you are pasting into us, right, is this. Second red. This. And this is replaced by your exclamation. You're not copying this, you're copying all of this. So it's a batch level code actually. Mgov of token, then authentication token. Alright. Remember the account is still the same. So you will notice every time you make a change to the code, every time you make a change to main.py, it will tell you something on your app. Check it out. Let me make a small change here. I'll just say enter. I'll just say enter VH. If I run this, it says overwriting upload. Right? Once I open here, it says source file change. Source file change, rerun, always rerun. So all you need to click is rerun. And once you click rerun, the change will take effect in your code. Alright. Let me okay. Good. You got it already? Good. So you need to oh you registered for the account, right? Sign up. Thank you. Yeah, it might tell you that you have so anybody has Alright, nice. It is safe, but it shows that because you have um what's it called? Because you have a what kind of link it is. That's not sure. But you are the one generating the link and it's very safe for you. Right, let's see what else. So um I'm seeing people with the old app. Yeah, most likely. Yeah, verify. Yeah, that's verify. So it's asking to verify the same thing. Same thing. Ah, that's why. Yes. So what you need to do is make changes now. People make. I want to see beautiful apps. I want to see beautiful apps. I want to see personalized apps. And I'll let us do something. Once you personalize your app, keep working on it. Take a screenshot, post it on social media. You don't have to tag me. I'm not into social media now. But tag DSN, right? Let's repost, let's share what you're doing in the world and see that, hey, I'm taking this journey and it's I'm taking this journey over how many weeks now? 6 weeks. And now here's what I've done. I want to challenge to us. Try to create this same app, but for the Titanic prediction you did last week. Try it. Try to find another data set, right? And try to build an app to predict maybe breast cancer. You good? Awesome. Good, good. Ah, name there. Try different things, okay? Alright, and look at the results we shared on the classroom. It already shows you how you can combine some things, how you can make some things more cool. Okay. Alright, let me see. Some of you might have to verify your emails. You didn't use a Google, you did a normal email registration, right? So just check the email. Just so verify your emails. Okay. Nice. So, but it's not edited. There's no editing. Let's make some edits. Come on. Don't just, yeah, just, oh yeah, using my app. I'll sue you. I'll sue you. Okay, come on. Let's make some edits. Put your name, change the color, change the banner. You can even you can change this to a slider. Instead of entering the number, you can make it a slider. So you declare the ring. So the slider can just select between the grade. I have to leave now. So let me just show you one thing. What are we changing? Let me change it to Fumini's insurance prediction. And once all I need to be changing now is this main.py. This app.py. That's all I really need to change. Once you enter your streaming tab, you see to show you source file change. And once I click rerun, it shows it switches and it turns to Fulminate insurance prediction. Okay, so you can really customize. It's so customizable, and there's almost nothing you can do. So what's the challenge? Tomorrow, I will tomorrow just open up everybody's Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn. I'll see who have posted this. And who have posted it, they'll take another picture at the back. Special picture. So please, let's see what you're doing. It's very important. I don't know if you share here to share what you are doing with the world. How many of us are attending Oscar Fest? Oh, nice. And I'm sure you must have had the talks of how it's important to share what you are doing, no matter how small, with the world. And you tell me stories of people that got jobs, people that got career leaves, people that are able to track their progress, people that are able to actually make a lot more progress just by being consistent and being what's the word now? Responsible to yourself. Like, hey, well, here's what I've done last 4 weeks, and this is what I plan to do. You can check it out, let me know what you think. So please, let's see. Really, and even there's one I just happened at the time. Be nice. You can check your background as well. I've seen a few things like that. It's really fully customizable. This you can really just go ahead and make this happen if you want it to be. So I have to leave now. It's been an awesome class with you. We continue tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll be checking out how we can still do some more customizations to this, and we'll take a look at another data set and more customizations for this. So feel free to keep working on them. I look forward to seeing your. Let me quickly share the DSN social media handles on the Google Classroom, so you can share your work with them on social media and tag this. Is that fine? Are we going to do that? Someone is saying no. You want to share my app as your own. And you're still asking me. No, yes, it's this. Okay. So I'm just going to share. Um, you're packing your laptop already. 2 hours of development. Let's go on. I want to see your app. Especially, I want to see your app on Twitter. You know, I follow you. I want to see your app on Twitter. People online too. I have not forgotten about you. Okay? So please do share. Do share. Okay? Alright. I have just shared the TSM social media handles to all the classrooms now. Please do. Yes. Yeah. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and the hashtag is AI every day. So go ahead and share with us. Alright. Yeah, so if the end goal code is giving you error, check the error. Most likely you need to if you've done everything correctly, you need to verify your email address. That's Shinra. Check that you need to verify your email address. If you register with an email address and not Google or GitHub, even GitHub, you might need to verify your email address. Check that you have not, you might need to restart or terminate the runtime and then restart it again. And that should sort it out. Anybody, I want to be sure that we are clear because tomorrow we'll not be trying to make this better and beautiful. Whoa! Nice. Nice. People are building apps, so people are putting lions on apps. Hmm. Yes. Little changes, okay. Image, computer vision. Yes, you can. You absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Maybe, let me see. Tomorrow, maybe we can do that tomorrow. Maybe we'll build, but that means we'll have to train a deep model. Now, can we do them? So it's what we what we can do is I'll share some advanced articles for that. Okay, but you've not master this one first, right? Okay, so check now. The error it's giving you. The error will tell you what to do. Okay, so check the error it's giving you. You might need to verify the most popular ones are you need to verify your email address or terminate the session and run it again. Okay, the Twitter link is not correct. Please check what's on the classroom. I know what's on the classroom is correct. Yeah, please check the classroom. Let me paste. You can paste from what is in the classroom. Okay, all right. Where do I post my authorization token? Okay, to post authorization token. Okay, let me notebook. I'm just going to something to make it more obvious on the notebook. Here is where you paste it. Okay, so I'll comment it. I'll say paste your token code here. And what you're pasting is the full code that has ngrok, off token, and all the other things that are here. It's important that you have all that because there are some things that you are authorized. It's like a password check, right? So you need all that there too. All right, so that will be all from me today, and I look forward to doing more stuff on this app with you all tomorrow. Please make sure that you are clear and everybody you know that the first basic the app your app is good to go, right? Do some tweaks today. You know, tomorrow do a tweak today. Okay, this is my first app, and tomorrow a bigger app. Next week, Microsoft. It's all about strategy, guys. So well done to all you amazing machine learning engineers, developers. Honestly, Amazon has got nothing on you guys. They are waiting for you. Telling you, they are waiting for you. Okay, I think we have some comments on my. Is it okay to just copy from the site? Yes. Copy it from the site. Please check what you are copying. Kemi, what you are copying is look at this on the screen now. Is this endpoint authentication? What is circled red? The image is also on the collab. This is what you are copying. When you go to your token, you see your auth token, you get this, copy it out, okay? And that's what you're going to use. Yeah, make sure you're using exclamation also. I should probably have exclamation before you start. There should be an exclamation. Yeah, I think what I should do, let me paste a dummy, but the issue now is I don't even know where my. So paste your own token and on comment here. That's all. I'll make an edit to this later in the day so that everybody can access it. Okay? Alright. Good. Whoa, nice. People are building Lion app, so in this same in app, app. Wow, wow. David is building the next unicorn app right here, fam. Beautiful. Let's see. Book music. Oh my goodness. This fintech. This is that's all. This fintech. Wow. Why did you not think when I was coming now? Medical insurance prediction. So medtech, right? Health tech. That's all. That's all. Angel investors will call you. Okay. Hallelujah. I'm yeah, so for the image, you might yes, just make sure you get the formatting correct and you'll be fine. Let me see what the issue here is. Check what you oh, I get. So you see this there are some links you can't use and some links you can use. So that this is indexed as so some of them will not allow you to. Wow. You've built an app like YouTube already. Wow. That don't be show the world. Yeah.
I'm going to understand. I'm going to understand what you said. I saw hands on. I'm going to learn. Yeah, there's a way you need to format. Otherwise, change. But it never. So, if I don't know. Yes. And make sure you format it. What is it? Make sure you format it. Oh. So I look forward to seeing the amazing startups that will come out of these apps that are being built, and I look forward to the amazing things you all are going to do. And I want to assure you that every great person started one day googling things, and everybody still googles, right? Even people that work at Google. A funny one. How did people that build Stack Overflow build a free Stack Overflow and they built? Think about it. But the point is, we need to grow. So start somewhere, start where you are, work over it today, and tomorrow let's see what you've done. Share with us on social media, and tomorrow we'll still take this um, further again. So I'll see you all tomorrow and on the classroom. Cheers, everyone. Everyone online. Let me appreciate every single person that's still online. Abdul Shakur, um, Amokun Buhari. Buhari is here every week. Wow, Chinaza Chinwe, Christiana, Fatima, Hillary, and other people too. But the name just is unique. Johnson, Kemi, Olufumi, Philatobi Omole, Opeyemi, Sam, Shadrach, Trust, Uche, K, Dominic, and Josephine. Well done, everyone. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Nice, nice. Well done, Buhari. Well done. Well done. So, cheers, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.